Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. We're back with AEW with another edition of Lightning on the road to a couple of events coming up this month and of course the end of May, which will see Double or Nothing. It's a decent show today. I think we're roughly about 15 segments as we just progress the storylines we've got going and continue to develop some of our talent that, as I say, maybe need to get some gains in either popularity or just in technical or mental attributes. So without further ado, let's just crack straight into it. So Richmond, Virginia is your place for AEW Lightning in our pre-show matches. See Kenta knock out Peter Avalon in 8:06 by stoppage. 63, very good performance there from Kenta. We had such bad news. Yuka Sakazaki defeats Allysin Kay in 9:03 with a magical girl kick. The 27 unfortunately sees Yuka Sakazaki sustain a broken leg. Yikes. That puts paid to some plans. Shame that Allysin Kay obviously is a very good worker. I expected these two to go off without a hitch, but yeah, unfortunately, regular matchup results in a broken leg. But injuries are part and parcel with wrestling, so we must accept it. We had Catchpoint defeat Cody Vance and Alan Angels in 9:50 when Matt Riddle submitted Alan Angels with the guillotine choke. A 56, just putting over Catchpoint to gain some momentum and hopefully give Vance and Angels some skill points. As I say, they probably won't debut in the main roster for a while, so it will not be Cody Vance when he debuts, don't worry. We had the mixed tag team champions in non-title action as Anna Jay and Sir Brody Lee defeated Sadie Gibbs and QT Marshall in 8:58 when Anna Jay pinned Sadie Gibbs. 64 overall. Sir Brody Lee carried the match up, and unfortunately Anna Jay was off her game, but still, reasonably respectable result. And we had an 8-man tag action as the team of the Acclaimed and the Hybrid 2 defeated Austin Gunn, TK Cooper and the Motorcycle Machine Guns in 11:43 when Anthony Bowens pinned TK Cooper. Shame the Guns had to lose, but I needed to make a 4-way team here, and I felt like the Acclaimed and the Hybrid 2 are two teams that really needed a victory, so hopefully a small gain in momentum on the pre-show. We start the episode of Lightning with the Inner Circle. So there's been a wee bit of frustration within the Inner Circle. Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, Santana and Ortiz. Just basically, they all seem to be losing recently. Orange Cassidy has been a thorn in the side of Sammy Guevara. Trent and Chuck Taylor as well. And obviously Santana and Ortiz have frustrations regarding the tag championship situation, why they lost them. And tensions are kind of, everybody's blaming each other, but they say it's cool, we'll sort things out. There's matches tonight that hopefully the Inner Circle can pick up some victories. So 81, bit of a different start to the show. We then had our main event confirmed for the evening. We're going well out for a 5-star match as we see Jon Moxley team with the Young Bucks to take on the trio of the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix, alongside their compatriot from Mexico, La Sombra Almas. So looking forward to that one. That gained a 73. Chad Betts continues his run of victories with another one over the trio that he's commonly facing. Usually would have been Eli Dragunov. This time he takes on Axel Dieter Jr. and he picks up the win in 8:49 with the Grand Amplitude. A 59 as Chad's getting better at his gimmick. Simple and effective. We then see backstage where they're getting frustrated. Axel Dieter's back with an ice pack on his neck, and Finlay Jr. and Dragunov say, yep, the rumours are true, that he is going to be debuting at AEW versus New Japan. He's coming to AEW and he's making a statement on that night. So we are looking forward to a massive debut at the Super Show. Who's it going to be? Well, it's a bit obvious, but get your predictions anyway for who you think it will be. Then had some women's action as Hikaru Shida defeated Nyla Rose in 8:31 with the Tamashii no 3 count. Just a 34 here because of the crowd being turned off by pre-show workers. So what we're noticing as well is, as the company has grew, like this match would have been fine when we were a smaller company. So we do lose a bit because we're such a big company now when it comes to certain workers at certain overness, so we need to get them to a respectable level. But disappointing she's still viewed like that despite the run with Kenny Omega. Then had some hype package for our Joshi tag team, which will be in the bin now because of the injury to Yuka Sakazaki. So this was to hype up her and Ito, but it seems like Ito will either tag with someone else or, yeah, we'll need to put her in a solos run. Frustrating for Yuka, but we'll see how long she's injured for. Then had Orange Cassidy defeat Matt Hardy in 8:37 with a super kick. This was a 70, very respectable, good performance from Orange Cassidy. Matt Hardy just with a 53. And after the match, he doesn't fire him, right, that's just a text in the game, but what I'm going with here is that Mick Foley has said to Matt Hardy, you've been struggling for weeks, you've been taking temper tantrums, take a few weeks off, regroup, and come back re-energised and ready to go again. I understand you're under a lot of stress, it's cool, we're all like that, just take the time to enjoy yourself. So Matt Hardy will be off screen for a few weeks as Mick Foley gives him some time off. Scorpio Sky cuts a promo and he basically just says it's been good being AEW Live Champion, but he wants more, he wants to be a fighting champion, and he is issuing an open challenge for the championship belt next week. So somebody get ready to take on Scorpio Sky. I don't know who it's going to be yet, I really don't. It's going to be somebody with on our roster, but just to say that Scorpio Sky will be in action next week on Lightning. We then had some tag team action within our women's division, and again just a lack of overness, despite the programme that Kris Statlander's been in has affected her. So realistically, could you say there's maybe 4 women that are over and the rest have got a long way to go? But in a visual matchup, the team of Thunder Rosa and Kris Statlander defeated Chelsea Green and Britt Baker from the Fashion Empire in 12:28 when Thunder Rosa pinned Chelsea Green with a reverse DDT. 36 is not a representation of how talented these 4 women are. Statlander carried the matchup due to excellent chemistry with her and Thunder Rosa. But yeah, as I say, we'll work on getting these 2 over, then it'll be a next match and so on and so forth. But I really do want to have a thriving women's division within All Elite Wrestling. And then we basically have Mercedes alongside the 2 that have just wrestled, Diona as well, and she's basically said, Peter Avalon, I think, can be a part of the Fashion Empire. He can be very useful for what we want to do. So this is going to be a weird storyline, but I'm hoping it's something that can pay off. So there you go, 5 members of the Fashion Empire. Peter Avalon's just turned into Pretty Peter Avalon, but a 45 segment nonetheless. So we then had a matchup between Undisputed Honor and Proud and Powerful, and it was about they had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd as the Undisputed Honor defeated Proud and Powerful in 15:57 when Kyle O'Reilly pinned Ortiz with a brainbuster following botched interference from Jake Hager. So Hager's went in to try and help his inner circle teammates, and his mistake has given Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly victory tonight. Just a 76, obviously this matchup is going to be limited because of the time. I always got tempted to go 20 minutes, I felt they could do something massive, but in the end just went for this. And yeah, still a 76 is a really good level considering we're trying to build up the Undisputed Honor. So shenanigans happens, but yeah, more on the inner circle going forward because they have a little bit of tension between them, and Santana and Ortiz are just like, man, what he's doing, stop screwing it around in our business, we'll get there. And they don't come to blows, but it's just a heated argument, and they all decide to be in the same tunnel. So they're still in the same wavelength at the moment, but they are getting frustrated. Bit disappointing. The game obviously gives away what's going to happen. Jon Moxley then hypes up for the main event. Just a few words on La Sombra. He says any opportunity he's got to get his hands on La Sombra, he's going to take it, and he believes him and the Young Bucks together are going to ensure a victory tonight. Nice, simple, basic to set up the main event match. 89, and madly, that is with a lack of psychology. So yeah, if we can get someone in there, so maybe if we'd have changed Moxley to Omega, we could have been pretty respectable in the 90s, but an exceptional matchup. Sombra Almas and the Lucha Bros defeat Moxley and the Young Bucks in 26:05 when Sombra pinned Nick Jackson with a split-legged corkscrew senton. I think it's pretty obvious what we're trying to do here. We're building up Sombra as quickly as we can, as many big victories as he can get, and then Nick Jackson taking the pinfall loss, it protects Moxley. But I'm delighted with that. Lucha Bros are going to have knockouts every day of the week. That's why they're put together. It's as simple as that. I know I'm going to get 100 out of Phoenix every week if he's with Penta. And I wanted them to have a run with the tag championships as well. But aligning them with Sombra benefits Sombra massively. Gives us another mega star. And then we can, as I say, bring more people into the fold. Because there's a certain Geordie that hasn't been on television for a while. So the show itself gets 85. Which is actually pretty poor for our recent shows, but as I say, the reality is, it's done its business, it covers a lot of the mid-card, and the main event saves the day. It would have been a lot higher, but obviously we opted for the Sammy Guevara-Hager segment with the Inner Circle, so I feel like if you put like 100 segment there, this show probably does about 92. But main thing is, as I say, getting people over, it's more trying to get the long-term gain than the short-term. The popularity gain, US, Canada, will be unaffected. It will be everywhere else where it's like 30 over. So you could put on like a 50 show and go over in most of those places. We'll jump back, see if anything's happening here. Recovery for Jessamine Dukes, so she is back from her injury. Yuka Sakazaki is out for 6 months, which is not ideal. I'll have a look and see if surgery can be done, but not ideal. Oh, that's class, because I tried to get Kota for the show and couldn't do it because we weren't in the IWGP conception. Pain. It's like we have our own deal, but it's with other companies, it's like Impact and that's in ours. So we're bringing in Ryo Mizunami. That deal is completed. She'll have an appearance at that show. Matt Riddle. Do you know what? I don't really have anything massive for Catch Point at the moment. Bro is off to rehab for soft drugs. Am I looking at urination as well? So look there. NXT are looking at Cody Vance and Alan Angels. Riddle Kid is fine, we'll extend that. And 4.59, wow. So that's the game we've had in the US, purely moving that from one step up in terms. We invested the 9 million into that, and it's gained us a rating of like 1.3. If I can just quickly get that up. Where are we? Investments, upgrade owned. So move that to big and you can see the massive gain there. That's really helped us going forward. So delighted with that. Just a wee look there. Yuka, we can't do rehab on it. Sorry, surgery. But overall, we're missing her for 5 months, missing Matt Riddle for 5 months, so we'll see what we can do with Gulak. But this time next week we'll have Shima back, so there's positives in that regard. But we are on the road to the Global Wars show against New Japan. We'll try and make it entertaining, but 2 more TV shows till then, and hopefully you'll join us for them. So thanks for watching, enjoy the rest of your day, good night, see you later, bye bye.